We would be taking the unit, waiting for the charge, pushing the button, discharging it in the various areas of the body, limb system, targeted areas. It can be used all throughout the body. And what it does is, by the same scientific principle that through that washer, it's going to create microelectric currents deep within the tissues of the body where it is centered over this coil due to a moving magnetic field, which is very important. It's not like permanent magnet therapy. It is a moving magnetic field which causes a small current, 50 to 100 microamperes as outlined in the patent, to be generated deep within the tissues, which effectively does the neutralization of the parasites, viruses, bacteria, fungi, etc.
This device is a Vivitar model 1900 strobe light, speed gun. Goes on the camera. 1, 2, 3. I've pasted a piece of paper over the flash tube so it doesn't hurt your eyes. This coil, it costs about $1 if you wind it yourself on an old VHS form, and we tell you exactly how many turns, 130 turns of number 14 to 16. It's on page 6. Everything I know about this I've put in this paper. I'm giving you your life back for the price of the Xeroxing. This coil is connected with a piece of lamp cord in series with the flash tube. So when the capacitor charges up in the strobe, it takes about 3 to 10 seconds, depending on the life of the batteries, and you push the button. Normally, all of the watt seconds or joules of energy that are stored in the capacitor go through the flash lamp, makes a flash, and you can take the picture and freeze the action. If you take one of the electrode wires off of one side of the flash tube, put this coil in series with it, that entire 17.5 to 35 watt seconds, 1/2 CV squared, where C is in microfarads, V is in kilovolts, goes through the coil. And what have we got here? An occult field, O-C-C-U-L-T. The Webster's Dictionary definition of occult until the last 75 years means hidden, like occluded blood in the urine. Occult means hidden. I can't hear it. I can't smell it. I can't taste it. I can't feel it. What makes me think something is happening in this coil that's going to cure the germs that are hiding in your lymph, your adenoids, your gonads? This is a washer. I got it down at Pep Boys. It's called a fender washer. Now, if you'll stand up and back, you might be able to see this magic. Well, let's get it a little higher. Stop. We can turn this upside down. Well, good luck. And here we go.
Can I hold it?
Yes.
It won't shock me.
No, it won't shock you. It's impossible to harm you. We're going to put this washer on the coil. Now watch the washer on 3. 1, 2, 3. What'd you see up close? It kicked the washer several inches into the air. That's called eddy current. After the physicist E.D.D.Y., it's called back EMF. Now here we go again. 1, 2, 3. What happened, thank you very much, is the back EMF, electromotive force, that was generated inside of this washer repelled the field of this time-varying magnetic field. You might ask, will permanent magnets that they sell at these health fairs have any effect on this? No. They have no effect on disease that's measurable. This does. When you cut the lines of flux with a magnetic field, like the alternator in your automobile, if your engine is stalled and the alternator is not rotating in the magnetic field, not 1 millivolt comes out of that alternator or generator or magneto or dynamo. But the minute you have relative motion, you're generating electricity. This is the way all generators work. Now, let's say that my thymus is not dead, has not been taken out and mummified and put in a jar in ancient Egypt. And I hold this coil over my thymus gland and push the button. Or my lymph nodes, and these are all illustrated in your paper. I think it's page 8. Under my arms. What have I done? Every time I push this button, I have generated a 19,000 gauss, 19 kilogauss field that has a duration of about 10 to 100 micro millionths of a second. I have a time-varying field. Every cell, every fiber, every nerve, every bone, every muscle in my body is a conductor, as long as it has any salt water in it. I am a conductor as long as I'm alive, and I'm not a mummy. When you cut that conductor with time-varying magnetic flux, you generate a back EMF, just as we did in this washer, and you get about 1 milliampere, 1,000th of an ampere of current to a 4-inch depth through everything that's alive in your body. This is way more than you need to totally neutralize any virus, microbe, pathogen, germ, parasite, fungus that's living anywhere in your body. Now, we have cured many, many AIDS victims, many cancer victims, to have them get sick through, well, in this case, 5 years later, because we did not get the viruses that were hibernating, were germinating in their lymph tissue, their adenoids, and their glands, etc. It would take hundreds of needle insertions with electricity on the needles, which would be very painful, and to get these things in vitro. Why not from the outside of the body with a time-varying magnetic field? You can build this device for under $25 if you build your own. It is fully described on page 6 of your paper. We suggest that if you want to get well, stay well, do not wish to die of whatever is bothering you now, you build one of these things and use it.